Hi there, everybody. So, welcome to the very first installment of What I Did with Music Today during quarantine with Mr. Liss. If you're one of my students, you probably got to this video through Schoology, but if you are not one of my students, maybe you just found it on YouTube, and that's super cool too. I hope you enjoy and you get a little something out of this. So the idea of this series, which I'm going to try to do every day, it's like a little video blog journal of what I'm doing to kind of keep active with music in this time. So if you don't know me, I'm a full-time music teacher at Frederick High School in Frederick, Colorado, but I also have been a touring musician and performing musician and professional musician for the last 15 years of my life, in addition to being a music producer and a composer. So much of my life is devoted to music, and music has been a source of strength and comfort for me through difficult times for a very long time. I've been playing piano since I was 7, and anytime things have gotten tough or challenging in my life, I've been fortunate, I think, to be able to turn to music to help me through those difficult times. So this is no exception. This is a crazy time we find ourselves in with this pandemic, and I've really been trying to dig into my craft in this time and improve and use the time to be creative to kind of help work through what I've been personally going through emotionally and physically and everything else during this pandemic. So what I'm going to share with you today is this little musical project I did with Dr. Fox. So Dr. Fox is one of our assistant principals at Frederick High School, and he also runs a program called P-Tech that you'll know about if you're one of my students. And Dr. Fox saw this really cool advertisement for University of Colorado, and he kind of wanted to create a P-Tech video that was a little bit modeled after this advertisement. And he approached me and said, "Hey, Mr. Liss, could you compose some music that would go behind this video I'm working on?" So he sent me the link for inspiration and asked me if I could come up with some piano-specific music for it. So I'm going to show you and walk you through what I've been doing and what I did today to work on that project. So the first thing I'll show you is this video that Dr. Fox sent me as a kind of reference point. So this is a really common thing in really all types of musical work, is to have some kind of reference for what you're doing, especially when it's something more commercial oriented like this was. So here's the video that he sent me. So you can hear we start with some simple piano. Just underline these faces, and it speeds up as the faces speed up. Then there's that little break. And the music becomes more active, adding some other instruments. And I think there's that little point at the end where the piano just plays one note to highlight that it's just one united campus, even though there's 4 different campuses. It's all one university. So I listened to that and kind of went back and forth with Dr. Fox a little bit. And then I went to the piano, and you don't really get to see the process here, but I spent, about an hour kind of just improvising along with those ideas and kind of trying to get a sense of it. And I actually muted the sound on the video and played with the video a few times, and then kind of just came up with some different ideas. And as you can see here, this is a industry standard piece of recording, engineering, editing, mixing, and mastering software called Pro Tools. And you can see this is my first take once I kind of figured everything out and knew what I wanted to do. But you'll see if you look here, I actually didn't quite get it all in one go. So I stopped and I started and I tried to splice it together, and splicing together acoustic piano sounds is quite challenging. So that didn't really work. So I kept going. And you'll look and you'll see a variety of different takes here, we call it, on this playlist in Pro Tools. And you'll see it took me about 6 tries to really get to something I felt pretty good about. So you'll see my comment here, 1.05 is the best so far. And then I also have 1.06, which is another version I liked, and I ended up sending Dr. Fox both of them. So I'll play you just 1.05, which I think ended up being my preferred one. Pause. And then more activity. So you can see it's a similar idea, but ultimately a little bit different than what was there in the video that Dr. Fox sent me. And as an artist and a composer, I actually really enjoy this kind of thing where it's like someone starts with a reference and then it's like, okay, can you do something that's pretty similar to this, but then put your own spin on it? So I really enjoyed that process. So hopefully you can hear some of those similarities between the original reference and then what I did, but also hear how I put my own kind of unique compositional approach to it. I also tried to imbue it with a little bit more emotion than the original CU one, which I felt was really cool, but there was less harmonic movement. So I put some different chord changes in there, and especially that chord that goes into the build-up where I'm doing some faster things on the piano. I really tried to make that kind of like this emotional tugging moment because I knew that this would be a video highlighting the accomplishments of some of my students, which I was really excited about, and that's kind of a really positive emotional thing. So that's what I did with music today during quarantine. I really hope you enjoy this little video blog and come back and check in often, as I plan to do this every day. All right, thanks so much. Have a good one.